Have a quick look at how to add a table of contents to our document. First step to making a table of contents useful is to add page numbers to each of our pages. For this example, we'll just add them in our footers of each page. To add page numbers to any of our footers, just scroll down to the bottom of any page and double click, and that will open up our footer editor. Let's put our page number in the center of the bottom. Let's put our page number in the center of our footer. By default, there's a center tab in our footer. So when we're in our footer, if we just hit tab once, it'll put our cursor in the center. To add page numbers, let's go up to the header and footer tab. Click page number. And at current position, let's just add it as a plain number. To exit the footer, you just double click in any of the other part of the document. And if we scroll through, we now see that we have page numbers in the center of each page. Let's add our table of contents on the page after our title page. Right now, we'd go straight from our title page to the contents of our document. Currently, there's a subtitle, so let's add a section break after that subtitle. The Layout tab, Breaks, and Next Page. Now we have a blank page that we can insert our table of contents onto. To add our table of content, we can just go to the Reference tab, click Table of Content on the left, and pick one of our automatic types. Let's pick Table of Content 2. Now that we have our table of contents, let's look at how we update it once we change our document. Let's just go down and do something like our second section into its own section, adding a section break onto the next page. Let's also maybe add another subsection under section 2. Extra space. More text. And we can get rid of this extra page I got with an extra new line there. Now, if we look at our table of content again, we see that the second section still shows it's on page 3, but it's clearly starting on page 4 now. And also, we don't see this extra section that we just added something more for section 2. Click into our table of content. We see an update table pop up here. If we click on it, we get two options. We can update page numbers only, or we can update the entire table. If we do page numbers only, see that it updated our page numbers, but it didn't insert the extra section that we did. So do that again, click update entire table, and now we see it added our extra subsection under section 2. We might want to do something like have the content of our document start on page 1 and have anything before that be numbered with Roman numerals. And we can omit a page number from our cover page. If we just go straight to our title page and delete its page number, we lose our page numbers on all the rest of our pages as well. Before we do that, let's just undo that. The first thing to note is our title page footer is attached to section 1. And since we included section breaks, our footer here is attached to section 2. By default, our sections, footers, and headers are linked to the previous section's headers and footers. To unlink them, simply go under our header and footer design tab and click link to previous so that it's no longer highlighted. We go back up to our title page and remove the page numbering there. Our page numbering in this section remains intact. The next task is to make the numbering of our content start on page number 1. Go down to the first footer of the first part of our content. Click on the page number. Go to Format Page Number. And we have an option to continue from the previous section or to start at a specific number. If we click Start At, it'll default to 1, and we can click OK. And now we have page number 1 on the first page of our content. The next is to number anything previous with Roman numerals and start it back at 1. So go up to the footer on the page with our table of content, go to page number again, go Format Page Numbers. We also want this one to start again at 1, and then change the number format to Roman numerals, and click OK. Then let's update our table of content. Double click to get out of your footer, click onto the table of content, click Update Field, and we only changed numbers this time, and click OK. Now we see our first section of our content starts at number 1. In a longer document, you might have a foreword and an introduction that would be placed in the section that is numbered with Roman numerals. Let's go ahead and do that. And you can see those pages got I, and I, or 2 and 3 in Roman numerals. This time we added more content, so when we go update table, we need to update the entire table. By default, Word's table of contents only show up to 3 levels. If we look at the end of this section that started out, we should try 4 levels. See, we have 2 of 4, 3 of 4, and if we go over to our navigation pane, we should have a 4 of 4. Again, by default, Word only includes up to 3. If we want to increase that, click into your table of content, go to the table of content button under the References tab, go down to Custom Table of Content, and there's an option for Show Levels. We increase that to 4. Click OK. It asks to replace the content. Click OK. And now we have that 4 of 4 included. There's other options under the Custom Table of Content, which we'll explore later if we have time to.